Hey guys, it is Monday here in West Virginia, and it is time for us to do our Mopar Monday video. And here is a car that we do not look at very often, one that's overlooked a lot by gearheads, even Mopar, like people that are like diehard Mopar people, sometimes overlook these F-bodies. They were kind of the forgotten road runners. Not a lot of people would even admit that these were road runners, but nowadays it's beginning to be different since the older B-body style road runner has gotten to the point where you can't even afford to buy one. So people are going after these F-bodies and restoring them and bringing them back to life. And these two here in front of us are the Roadrunner version, the Roadrunner Volare, and they are really cool. It's a Johnny Lightning casting. These I picked up, I don't know, maybe 2 years ago. It was like two Christmases ago. I think it was like Christmas of 2023. Ollie's had these on sale. I always make it there late. I never get the White Lightnings. They always get the closeouts of the round 2 stuff. They sometimes have their racing champions. I don't think they get Auto World stuff too much. They may nowadays. I don't know. But they always had like the racing champions and Johnny Lightning stuff. And I was just happy to get these two regular versions of it. I didn't need any chases, just these two regular ones. Super happy to get them because they're hard to find. And when you do find them, usually they're expensive. And I don't know why. I guess a lot of diecast collectors favor these or something. But I finally did get the Dodge version of this. Actually, I got the version A and B of it last week. Here they are. The Aspen RT. And that's Dodge's version of the F-body and such. So these originally appeared when Tommy had Johnny Lightning, and they released some on the little red cards. They had a light blue one with dog dish caps, and then there was a white one with the RT striping and stuff, and it had I think a 2-piece plastic wheel, like a 5-spoke looking Krager, but they were plastic wheels. And there was another one too, I think it was black. But I really like the light blue one. It just looked very like clean and conservative. Didn't look too fancy, just all like this ice blue color. Those are hard to find for a reasonable price nowadays. These guys were too, but I finally found them for, I think it was like $9 a piece plus shipping. So when I seen them under $10, I snagged them up. And anyways, we're gonna start with we'll start with version A. Version A is in a cinnamon poly, and this is a 1976 Dodge Aspen RT. And the RT package included white leather tires, upgraded suspension, stripes, and a blacked out grille. The RT Super Pack included further upgrades like a rear spoiler, air dam, window louvers, and fender flares. Yeah, I do like them with the add-ons. Like the window louvers, they're okay. I could take them or leave them, but the flares really do help the look of the car. Now, the car that's in their picture is just a regular RT. The ones that we have in the package are Super Pack RTs, and this car in the background doesn't have any of the spoilers, window flares, window louvers, and then no wheel flares. The wheel flares really look good on these cars, though. Like, giving it that wide body NASCAR look, they look pretty cool. So anyways, let's get this guy off the card and look at him. These were pretty limited, too. This is when Johnny Lightning wasn't making too much of each version, or too many of each version, I should say. It's limited to 6,218 pieces. And this series of Classic Gold had a 57 Studebaker Golden Hawk, an 84 Pontiac Firebird TA, a 96 Pontiac Firebird TA, a Jeep CJ5, a 99 Mazda MX-5 Miata, and a 76 Dodge Aspen RT. I didn't even know Johnny Lightning had a Miata. Oh well, just Then they say new casting for the 96 Firebird. That was one of the ones that were, I think, a borrowed Auto World casting. But it doesn't really matter. They're owned by the same company, so they can borrow whatever they want from one another. So anyways, looking at this guy here, it's yeah, the paint on this one's like really orange pilled. It's just the way the paint laid down, the cinnamon poly did compared to the others. It's not like pitted or like paint rash or anything like that. There's a little bubble here, like where something got in the paint, but it's just like orange pill the way the paint laid on the car. From a distance, like here, it doesn't look too bad. And but if you get it right in the right light, you can see all this orange pill. The other ones kind of have a little bit, but as you can see, it's not that big of a deal. It's kind of tolerable. This one's pretty wavy. And there's silver, even if it did have a lot of orange pill, it's hard to tell on silver. But yeah, this one, because of that dark color, it's really easy to see all of it. Yeah, that's the only thing I'm disappointed with on this one. But other than that, I mean, the car is cool. I love the casting. And then having, like, these aftermarkets, I don't know, they're kind of like a NASCAR-style wheel. Gives it more of that NASCAR appeal from, like, the 70s. It looks really cool. I really do dig the flares on this car. This would be a really cool car to, like, mod nowadays, slammed on the ground with some bigger diameter, really wide wheels, and even go a little more extreme with the wide body. That seems to be like the in thing now. This would probably be a very cool looking car sitting on the ground, like with those big wheels and bigger flares. Something like a Liberty Walk conversion on an Aspen. So, but the car does look really cool. They did a nice job with the details on it. In the front, the rear, all the body lines and stuff. The only other thing they could have used were mirrors. But besides that, the casting's nice. And it seems to be pretty close to being correct. I'm trying to find something to compare it to that I know is true to scale. Well, the 58 Plymouth we know is true to scale. So that probably would be about right, because they were not big cars. They were about the same size as an A body. These F bodies were. So, cool car they have here next to the Roadrunner Velaris. Now we have the Aspen RTs. And moving on to version B that has the Mopar Rallies on it. These more modernized Mopar Rallies that Johnny Lightning released, they're really nice looking wheels. I mean, they're perfect match for like Mopar Rallies and 164th. So, in 1976, the Dodge Aspen and its twin, the Plymouth Volare, which we're looking at too, was named Motor Trend's Car of the Year. Total sales of the Aspen in 76 were just shy of 190,000. Combined with the Volare, sales reached nearly 500,000 units. That's pretty good. And this is Deep Sherwood Sunfire on this one. And we're not going to read the back of it because they're both the same. From the same series, so this is going to tell you the same lineup of cars. So here it is in this dark Sherwood. And there's a little bit of orange pill, but it's not as bad. This one laid down pretty good. Yeah, I don't know what's with that brown color, but yeah, it did orange pill a lot. I have a couple of cars like that, though, where it's just the way the paint is. Unfortunately. Yeah, the hood didn't do it that bad as the body did. The body, pretty bad. But as I said, from a distance, it's not too bad. In the display case, it'll look okay. And as I mentioned, I got them for like $9 each. So I didn't waste a ton of money on them. But there you go. There's my F-body collection of Mopars. So, got 4 of them now. So I'm pretty happy to add those Dodges to the collection, along with the Plymouths. And if I can pick up those older, small card ones, loose or carded. They'll end up being loose in my collection anyways. That would be cool, but trying to find them for a reasonable price is the trick. So, but I waited and shopped around, and I finally found these guys for a reasonable price, and these guys for a really cheap price. They were like $3.99 each at Ollie's. So yeah, it happens. You can come across them. Just shop around a little bit, and sometimes you can get a deal on them. But the red cards, I'm not so sure about. The small cards, I don't know what they call them. I think small card Johnnies. But yeah, those ones may be a little tough to pick up at a reasonable price. So anyways, guys, that's it for our Mopar Monday. I hope you enjoyed it. We will be back again probably midweek with something. Not sure what we have coming up. We do have some trucks coming. We have some more Mopars coming. We have an Ultra Red Mopar Polara coming that we're going to crack open for you. So we have some cool stuff coming up, some new and old stuff. So be sure to stay tuned in. Turn on your notification bell. Bell. So, you know, whenever we do launch a new video, because we do a lot of spontaneous videos. We do a lot of shorts nowadays, started doing those. To give you guys like some looks at cars that maybe you haven't seen in a while, or cars that you haven't seen at all because you didn't watch the full-length video or something. So we're trying to put everything in shorts now. So be sure to turn on that bell and be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys, and give us a thumbs up.